Team John here. I just want to give you a little update on what happened on the call today because, sorry for our access to that call. It looked like everybody was having some connection problems. So that aside, we did carry on the call and we got better connection with a few of the guys. Primary thing for you to know, number one, is we're a week out now from October. Let's not be having specific conversations around October. Unless, of course, somebody is dead keen to come to October, then continue the conversation. All the conversations we're having now is for June and for September. And both June and September are now level 1 training. So I know that level 2 training was in June before, June, July, but now it is level 1 training available. Both of them, you'll see over here under events. You can have a look at the Radiant Life trainings. Now you have the October one, and now you have the level 1 in June 2017 and the level 1 in September 2017. So you can have a look at all of those now. They're all available. And basically all of those currently are available to you. You can see it just from on this one here. You can make those ones available at $850 discount of the full price. So full price is $7,750 for level 1. Level 2 is $7,900. We're not talking about level 2 right now. These are level 1 training. This one over here is now going to level 1, so that will be updated shortly on the website. And essentially what it means is they get $850 off, so they get it for $6,900 for the super early bird pricing, which is only on for a little bit longer. I haven't got an exact date, but my assumption is by the time we've finished this campaign, that price will change back to full price 7,750 for people who are then registering. So they get the $850 off because they're booking now. Plus, you've got $1,000 in your back pocket together. So that gets them from $6,900 to $5,900. That's $1,850 off. It is a massive discount on a program of this. It's like 30%. It's really whatever the percentage. It's a massive discount for them, or massive investment that they've saved, that they can now use for their flights, for staying longer, for whatever they might do. And of course, we can put them on payment plans. So primarily, we've got now until June, we've got 8 months there. We've got 12 months until September over here. So we can put them on 12-month payment plans. Now, I wanted to just say something about the payment plans to allow you to have a confident conversation with somebody who is saying, geez, I really want to come, but I don't know if I can put my hand on my heart and be able to commit to a $250 a fortnight payment plan, or $125 per week payment plan, or whatever it might be. And by the way, that's a really nice way to kind of just frame it up. Could you find yourself $100 a week and put that towards your teacher's training program in July, or in June, July, or September. So you can frame it that way. Obviously, we're looking for the best we can do. We really want to do this on a monthly payment. But if they said they want to do it on bi-weekly or bi-monthly, then that's great too. We want to say to them, we're here to serve you. If you have something show up over between now and the program, and suddenly you can't make your, let's say it's a $600 or $400 that month, all that you've got to do is you've got to reach out to us and talk to us. It's a human being on the other side who's looking out for another human being who's you. We're not a bank. We're not a credit company. We're not there to come in there with the big headers for collections. We're there to help you get into the programs that we're delivering for people like you who you absolutely want to utilize the skills of this in their lives and in their businesses. So we're going to do everything we can to help you get there. And if we need to make an adjustment and and find a way for you to get there. And maybe it means moving a date for you or something like that. It's all going to be okay. The number one thing is to make a decision that you're going to come, and then make a decision on what you know you could make the first payment, or maybe the second and the third payment for sure, or highly likely. And if the rest of it keeps going, then that's freaking awesome. We're really very happy with that. And if anything happens, we're there. We've got your back, and feel safe and confident that that's the kind of experience that you're going to have with us. So that's a really nice way to frame it up. Second part of this is that, again, there's two major savings. There's $850 plus $1,000 at the end of this campaign. Both of those are gone. You pay full price. So that's, just be really clear with them. This campaign finishes with that pricing changing as well. So for those of you who are saying, well, are there other programs? There are other programs. If you have a look under events, there's this thing called a leadership training program, and it's only showing this the September 2016, which is September-October one, right now. But for every one of the programs in June and in September next year, there's a leadership training program that's running at the same time. They come in a little bit earlier, so they're there for a few more days. This program, just to give you a framework of this, if they've already done level 1 training, certification, then and they want to really utilize and develop their leadership skills and their presentation skills and their facilitation skills, then this is the program for them. This is they literally they come in during the full-on training program that's running, and they facilitate between Daniel and the people who are there, 30, 40, 50, however many people there are. So they get assigned a group of people, and they look after them. They basically are their leaders for that time that they're there. So there's a whole bunch of leadership skills that they're going to be learning, a whole bunch of speaking skills, platform skills, NLP, all those types of things they're going to get to be able to utilize and increase their ability as a speaker, as a facilitator, as a coach. So if somebody's already done level 1 and they're saying, oh, I'd like level 2, I'd like to at least increase my skill set, what do you have? This is here. Now this program is $5,900, $5,700, and because they're in part of the competition, they can use $1,000 against that. So that brings that down to $4,700 US. Again, they can do it in June or September next year, so you can put them on 8 or 12-month payment plans if we have to. Of course, your first option is $5,700 minus $1,000, $4,700. How would you like to pay that? Great, that's first payment. Second option is, well, I could split it in 2 if that's going to help, or potentially I could do 3 as well, and then after that, then it's like, okay, so how can I serve you best? What is the maximum you could commit to make you a payment of? What's your minimum deposit you could put down right now? So like those are the kind of conversation. So I just want to let you know about that as well, and know that there's another program in this that you could be selling if you're in a conversation with somebody who's already done level 1. People do level 1 training on multiple occasions. They don't just do it once, because the time and experience that they have just by doing it is all hugely valuable to to them pitching themselves as a trainer with 600 hours of training, etc., etc. Even though it's the same program, the stuff that they'll get out, it's like any program. If you've done Landmark, or if you've done Anthony Robbins, you've done Roger Hamilton, you've done Success in You, you've done whatever you've done, you can do that a second and a third and a fourth time. Every single time you come in as a different person, at a different vibration, with at a different time, and you pick up a whole bunch of different information that just lifts you to another level. So so really, they can do this multiple times, and people do it multiple times. So I just want to give you that as a framework as well. All right, that's the biggest stuff there. So October, as lovely as it would be to have a conversation, get them in October, let's not focus on those. I want you to go back to your list, have a look at who you can put on payment plans. The introduction of June, which is level 1, is a massive new opportunity for you to sell to. Plus these leadership ones for people who've already done level 1 and don't want to do it again. Then now they can become leaders and they can do that. So I'm going to update the spreadsheet just with that information. Please, if you haven't already told me what your numbers are, jump on the conversation that we're having in Facebook Messenger and just drop in your details on how you're going, how many leads you're working with right now in the closing stages, specifically for October. If you have them, I want their names, and people who you're working on payment plans on future programs. I'd love to just get some idea of numbers, because we've got a bunch of us who've got some really hot ones about to drop, and thank you for all of your effort to keep going. It's been a week and we haven't had anything really come across. Leah has had them come across. She just kind of kept them to herself. You're welcome to share every time you make a sale, Leah, in the group, so we know that that's happening. So Leah's had I think 4 sales this week, so congratulations, Leah. So my team, we know that the sales are right there. I can see it in your opportunity in your notes. You've done the hard yards now. This is where they start to drop into the program and start giving you details, and you start closing off those sales. Thank you again for your work on this. Speak to you all real soon. Have a magical weekend ahead.